Up, CFB Nation? It is SC Romero again, and here is a special edition called the OVO, and we're not talking Drake. We're talking official visits of Oregon. I am SC Romero. This is the CFB Nation. You are tuned into the O.
All right, everybody got goals and aspirations. You know how you get those? You be the best where you're at.
What does Evan Stewart bring to the table here? In short, you get a ball.
The grass is not always green. In fact, the grass is damn green in Eugene.
CFB Nation, welcome back to the O. I am SC Romero here to talk some Oregon Ducks. And, the grass is damn green in Eugene. And to keep that grass green means you got to keep watering it. You got to keep bringing in these offers, these visits. And that's exactly what Dan Lanning and the Oregon staff did this past month. They had over 30 official visits, 31 to be exact. So we're going to go over some of them, some of the key highlights, at least some of the guys I like, and some of the official visits. Starting a couple of weeks ago, June 14th, you had a good cornerback in Dorian Brew from Conroe. Shout out my guys in Texas. But 26 offers right now he has. He just displays the techniques to be a lockdown defensive back at that next level. Uses his size to get physical and shadows his opponents really well. I really love what he does, and I think he could be someone that could be utilized all around the field for the Ducks there. Speaking of defense, the defensive line in Josiah Sharma, 6'5", 295, 23 offers right now. Young for his class, only 15 throughout his junior year, but that's okay. He still has a 79-inch wingspan is what he's measured at right now, which is insane. Just can play multiple positions on the defensive line, has good snap techniques, and can be utilized because of his big frame and his strength. So when you talk about, especially going to a conference like the Big Ten, having an impact player on the defensive line like Sharma could be huge. And now we're going to go into one of the running backs too, in Jordon Davison out of Mater Dei. If you're not familiar with Mater Dei, please go do some research because they produce talent all the time. Now, Jordon Davison's 49 offers, remarkable, just a stud. And he checks every box you want in a running back. He runs with his shoulders down, strength to just bulk through his way through the tackles, shiftiness to get through, just has the elusiveness, has some speed, hits that second gear. Plus, he can pass protect as well. So really, legit, go through every box you want in a running back, and that's what Davison is. And the exciting part is he said he's going to give his official commitment out today, as in 6/28, June 28th. He's going to give out his official commitment later today, so stay tuned for that. From my understanding, it's down to 4 schools, one of them being Oregon, so shout out Oregon. Other one being 2 other Big Ten rivals, I guess you could say, future rivals, in Ohio State and Michigan, and then one team in the SEC, which is Alabama. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what Jordon Davison commits to. Regardless, I'm keeping my eyes on him even when he's in college. Would love to see him in Oregon, but regardless, he's an athlete you want to keep an eye on. Let's go on to more recently, this past weekend, a 5-star weekend, to be honest with you. We're going to talk about a few 5-star guys that were in attendance at Oregon, one being the stud wide receiver in Darkorian Moore. An LSU commit, so Oregon's staying hungry, man. They don't care if you're committed. They're still going after you and saying, hey, we got what you want. The grass is greener in Eugene. Come check it out. Anyways, that's another topic. But he's getting some comps to Chris Olave. A reason being is he just has that technical kind of route running. He's one of those architects when it comes to route running. He has good initial bursts. He glides through just with his footwork and his speed utilizing. And honestly, I mean, I won't say Ches Johnson because Ches Johnson didn't get the hype as he is, but he is that critical. I think he's going to be a very big, impactful player for potentially the Oregon Ducks. I'm looking forward to seeing what Darkorian Moore does. He is a talented guy that you definitely want to keep on your radar. Another one being just all-around athlete and Jonah Williams. This guy's from Galveston, Texas as well. Shout out Galveston. Shout out Texas. 6'3", 203 pounds. They say athlete. He also plays linebacker, though. 33 offers right now, and he is one of those hybrid defensive back linebackers. You think of like your Isaiah Simmons, if you will, just has excellent pursuit and speed on the ball. And really, that kind of energy is something you want in an Oregon defense. You know, you want that guy that's going to bring the heat, going to bring that aggression. And he could do it, whether it's guarding the tight ends, a wide receiver if needs to, or just playing that impact at the line to go in and close in on those gaps. I'm really excited to see what Jonah Williams does. He looks phenomenal. 4 defensive touchdowns, 1 forced fumble, and 3 interceptions this past season. So we're definitely looking out to see what he can do. Another guy is going to be an athlete as well, and Michael Terry from Alamo Heights, 6'3", 217, just possesses multiple techniques that can make him an impact player on both sides of the ball, displays great footwork to elude your defenders, has the strength when physical or knows when to get physical when needed, second gear to really engage the top off the defense, if you will. So he knows what he needs to do, and he's a great running back, you know, and cough, cough, who knows how to utilize the running backs? The Oregon Ducks. So, I mean, he could definitely be the next in a long line of stud running backs at that collegiate level going to the Oregon Ducks, because, again, they're going to utilize every single part of his skills to just make sure he is that impact player moving forward. Another guy we're going to talk about is cornerback DJ Pickett. I'm going to say this high school run, but Zafrillis, you know, 6'4", 174. You talk about a defensive back that when I'm watching it, you know, you just think of the Christian Gonzalez, if you will, just that sturdy, big, tough defensive back, lays a hit down when he needs it. Unverified size, but his length is there. He plays like he is like a giant. You know, I know there's a kid at like IMG Academy that's like 7'6" or something like that. That's what DJ Pickett plays like. He just plays like a giant on the field. Plus, he knows how to just get over those defenders, really using his size and his length to be aggressive when it comes to making the plays on the ball. Two-way player, he can play both sides, but he's probably going to go into college as a defensive back. So excited to see what he's going to do at that next level as well. Another staying in the secondary, we're going to talk about Trey McNutt from Shaker Heights. He's kind of cooler, but he was a 5-star visit again. I don't know if he's necessarily going to commit to Oregon. I would love him to, because he has played wide receiver in the past, which has allowed him just to have that fluidity, that hip movement, you know, and the safety. Sometimes they got to backpedal too, and then making those moves to adjust in that hips, you know, very well. Good shutdown speed to just, you know, if the ball's on the opposite side of the field, he gets there in a snap. He knows what he needs to do. Has good tackling technique too. It's really when it comes down to the safeties, yes, they're that last part, right? The last part of the defense to make that play. And I really like what he can do, but it's something where it's like, man, I need to see this at the next level. I need to see what exactly he is capable of doing, because he can lay the hit down. He can lay the smack down, if you will, to make sure that everybody is just feeling him and making those big hits for it. And speaking of that, we're going to talk about, as I mentioned, Ducks being Sharks, right? The Ducks are Sharks. Dan Lanning, it's not care if you're committed, because guess what? Until you're enrolled in the school, guess what? You're kind of open game. And apparently they made a good impression on athlete Keylan Moses, who's right now committed to LSU. 6'2", 210, went to University Lab in Baton Rouge, so it makes sense why he's at LSU. But man, this kid is scary. And honestly, me thinking about him just playing alongside Harold Perkins scares me. And it should scare quarterbacks, because ball awareness, speed, aggression, ball tracking. He really has everything that molds out what an LSU linebacker is. And he's committed to LSU right now. But Oregon's playing tough, and they're like, man, we're going to come after you. So be on the lookout for him. If he ends up decommitting, I don't have the crystal ball or anything, but I have a strong sense that he may end up actually being an Oregon Duck. So Keylan Moses is someone I want to watch out for. But speaking of, you know, commitments, right? This is what the show's about, the official visits, people going in there and filling out Oregon, what they love about it. So let's talk about these kids. Welcome to Eugene. They already had some of these kids that did the official visits this past June have already committed. So let's shout some of them out. Offensive tackle Dimitri Manning, Bellevue in Washington, come from Bellevue High School, committed on June 11. Shout you out, my man. Congrats. You're an Oregon Duck. Offensive lineman Zaire Addison in Sumner in Florida, committed on June 10th. Congratulations, my man. You're an Oregon Duck. Wide receiver Cooper Perry. Now, he committed way early, but out of Notre Dame Prep in Arizona, committed in April 10th, man. I'm excited to see what Cooper Perry does as well at the next level. Wide receiver Isaiah Mose from Lee Summit North High School in Missouri. He committed on April 17th. Welcome, man. You're an Oregon Duck. An athlete, Dwyer Hill from Athlov Catholic in Illinois, committed on May 10th. My man, you're an Oregon Duck. Welcome to Eugene. Quarterback Achilles Smith Jr. If you're watching the shows, I've talked about Achilles Smith Jr. already from Lincoln High School in California, committed already. So that's great to see him. Welcome. He's going to follow on as far as footsteps and honestly potential to be a starting quarterback maybe as his freshman year. We'll see. And then wide receiver Dallas Wilson out of Tampa Bay Tech in Florida, committed on January 17th as well. Welcome, my man. You're an Oregon Duck. It's an exciting time. Dan Lanning is not sleeping. If you're not paying attention, go look at what they're doing in Oregon. He is not sleeping ducks, but he's a shark when it comes to this collegiate football sea of potential talent coming up. CFB Nation, I am SC Romero. This is the O. Until next.
Everybody got goals and aspirations. You know how you get those? You be the best where you're at.
What does Evan Stewart bring to the table here? In short, you get a baller.
The grass is not always green. In fact, the grass is damn green in Eugene.